Hello Scorpio! Welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, and consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I'm providing. Right? Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that. Princess of Discs. That is probably my favorite card in the Thoth deck. Let's do the rest of our Dove and Serpent spread. And as I put these cards out, I also want to say that if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments to this video. Okay, finishing off with the Path of the Serpent here. And this card just kind of crept out of the deck a little bit, so we're going to put that over here. We're also going to do a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. That's not it. That's just a little something extra. We're going to use the Rider-Waite-Smith for our mystery card today. Give it a little bit of a shuffle. And hopefully this card will tie the reading together, give us the confirmation that we need at the very end. All right. So Scorpio, you do have to stick around until the end of the reading. Okay. Now we've got major, a lot of majors. We've got some fire energy. We've got some earth energy, some water energy. More earth energy, more water. A pretty decent balance. I can see right away that we're missing a little bit of the air, but I think the air is kind of coming with this Mercury energy, this Magician card down here, okay? But let's see what we are doing with this Princess of Discs. I think you're somebody who has never had trouble earning, right? I think that you're someone who really can make a dollar out of 15 cents. You know, I think that you have a way with not just money, but with resources in general. You know how to, you know how to make things last. You know how to stretch things, but you also know how to invest, how to save, how to convert, one limited resource into abundance. Okay, and that's the Princess of Discs. The princess is always finding new ways to create, to manifest, right? Always open to more opportunity. She is, if you can see, she's holding the Ace of Discs, and she looks like she may even be pregnant, right? Pregnant with possibilities, with new combinations and configurations of energy to manifest. And she's holding that Ace of Discs because that is what she is manifesting, to visible appearance, right? And I think that you have a lot of this energy this week, this ability to really manifest whatever you put your mind to, okay? And I think you're someone that's kind of always looking for new ways to manifest, to create a little bit more abundance in your life, okay? And considering some of the rest of the cards that we have here today, I feel like you're going to be creating some additional abundance, revenue, or income possibly. We do see some indications of literal financial abundance coming into your life, okay? Especially with this devil energy, with the 10 of Pentacles or Discs at the end, and of course with this Universe or World card. But how is this going to come about? Because we know that you're very capable of this. Provided the right opportunity, the right configuration of energy, the right ideas, the right inspiration, the right connections, you're going to do this, right? You're going to create this extra for yourself. It almost feels like this with the Princess of Discs here, that we're always looking for a little bit of a side hustle, right? Maybe we are always thinking of the next business we're going to start, the next plan that we have for our current business, the way to do something else on the side to earn a little bit extra. So I feel like that's coming through an opportunity, perhaps with a water sign person. Okay. They may not be a water sign. A lot of the time I've noticed, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but we'll get a court card of a certain suit. In this case, we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, with cups, I think, water, I think, well, maybe they're a water sign person. Maybe it's going to be a Cancer person. You have that cardinal water energy here. But I think what happens a lot of time is we don't really know everyone's astrological makeup. Okay, so when we see a water card here, I think that this is going to indicate somebody that you have a personal connection with, maybe an old friend, maybe an old business associate, someone that you haven't talked to in a while. I don't think it's someone that you know terribly well because we have the fire element here, so I feel like it's kind of it's a new association, even though it may be someone from your past, right? Someone that you maybe worked with or that you knew from school or college, university, from an old job, an old circle of friends, something like that. You don't know this person well, but it is someone that you know, okay? And I feel like they are bringing you, this cup is a cup of offering, right? In a very excited, eager, kind of very enthusiastic way, okay? They're bringing you some opportunity, some chance to begin this kind of side hustle with them, right? And I feel as if you're kind of stuck in a weird spot here because on the one hand, you don't know this person very well, okay? But then on the other hand, their idea seems pretty good, you know? It's going to appeal to you. And which card to go to next? Let's see. We'll go to this Universe or World card. This is a little bit Saturn, a little bit Earth, okay? I think that you have been looking for the next, what we're calling a side hustle, right? Maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't mean to be too derogatory about it. I think side hustles are pretty amazing. I think that they are very necessary in this day and age, right? I think you've been looking for the right opportunity to invest your time, invest your money, invest your effort to create that little bit extra for yourself. Maybe something that can turn into your main gig rather than a side hustle, right? I think you've been looking for the perfect fit. And you've probably rejected a lot of ideas, a lot of other opportunities, a lot of other people maybe approached you with things and you just said no, you declined. I feel like you have a very discerning mind when it comes to this, you know. I feel like you're not just going to, excuse me, you're not just going to accept anything that comes along. You're going to be very selective. And I think that, again, we've been looking for some time now to find the right thing or to open ourselves up to the right thing coming in. That really is going to create the kind of abundance that we're looking for. And I feel like this, we're calling the water sign person, but maybe they may not be a water sign. I think that person is bringing you something that really does appeal to you. It really gets you excited, and it seems like this is a good bet. Now, why have we been so selective? Well, 3 of Wands in the past. I think that there have been moments in the past where you've been asked to sacrifice some of your self-respect. You know, you've been asked or encouraged to do something that ethically, morally, your own personal code, you didn't really agree with it. Okay? And I don't know if this was kind of just some shady investments or some things that were too risky or things that really, the type of industry that you were being encouraged to get into, it wasn't really for you, right? So I feel like you have a very strong core belief system. And whatever this side hustle, you know, I'm not sure if I like that phrase, but whatever this side hustle is, it has to conform to your belief in the world, your core attitudes, principles, the things that you really won't budge about. You know, certain things that you won't do, investments that you won't make, risks that you won't take. Right? It has to be something that you could wake up every morning and really be excited to go do. Right? Excited to invest your time and your money into. And that's why I think we have this world or universe card, because it's not just anything. You're not just taking the first opportunity that comes your way. No, you're very discerning. And whatever this thing is going to be, it has to really line up with your beliefs, your values. The things that you believe in. You have to believe in whatever this project, this investment, this side hustle is going to be. Okay, and we have the Hanged Man up here to show that you're not going to sacrifice. You're not going to sell your soul, basically, right? You're not going to give up those things that are very, very important to you because of someone coming with an opportunity that may or may not be on the level, may or may not really work out. It may or may not be worth the risk, right? And you have a very confident personality. You're very discerning. You're very confident in your discernment, right? You're a very good judge of character. And you're very much able to say no to things, right? You want to say yes. You're eager to say yes. But you have this ability to say no and to reject things that aren't going to be working for you. Because you're not going to sacrifice your principles, your beliefs, your ultimate goals, which I think are to live a fulfilling life, right? To invest your time and your money and your effort into things that don't just have a financial reward, that have a spiritual, kind of emotional, intellectual reward. I was going to say maybe an ethical reward, but I don't know if that would be ethical. Something that's going to fulfill you as a person, right? Something that is going to really, something that you're going to want to wake up in the morning and go do. Something that you would be willing to do the difficult work, put yourself in these kinds of difficult situations, you know what I mean? Like something that you're willing to suffer for, you know? Something that you would sacrifice your time, your energy to participate in. But you're not sacrificing what is ultimately the most important thing to you, your own spirit, your own belief in yourself, your own maybe guiding principles, right? And interesting, what we see in the immediate future is this Emperor energy. We take this Three of Wands, and it's like the Emperor has these 3 wands, and they're holding on to these 3 wands, right? These 3, it's the 3 modes of activity. It's, fire, air, and water. It is the body, the soul, and the spirit. Right? This is a full commitment to something. And this is your ability to assess things on different planes, right? On the physical, the mental, emotional plane. On the level of soul, on the level of spirit. Are these things that are going to work for you or not work for you? Just because something's going to have a payout at the end doesn't mean it's going to satisfy the other 2 planes, right? The emotional or the mental, the soul and the spiritual planes. So you can't have one without the other 2, right? If any one of these components is missing, then you make the kind of executive decision to say no to something. But I feel like through this, we have this interesting combination of water and fire here on the path of the dove. We have fire and water above and behind us, right? Kind of what's always in our mind, what is at the forefront of our attitudes, of our consciousness. We have this fire that's pushing us forward into the appropriate channels, And then comes along this water sign person, perhaps, and they have this bit of fire with them. And I think this fire is really resonating with you. I think their vibe, I think their ideas, their opportunity, this thing that they're offering you, this chance to participate in this side hustle, is really resonating with you. And through all of this fire and water combination, we're really producing this earth energy, right? This very disciplined earth energy because of Saturn down here in the form of this world or universe card. This is really keeping you focused. This enthusiasm, this excitement is not just going to carry you away to do something kind of foolish, right? You have to be very strict and very disciplined with how you involve yourself in this situation. Okay? But it seems, at least on the path of the dove here, everything is going to resonate with you. And this is going to be really an amazing opportunity. Now we're going to move over to the path of the serpent. First thing we see is this Mercury energy. This magician, this illusionist, this trickster. Because this is your intuition, your insight, your discernment, your spiritual wisdom that says, this is a good opportunity. This resonates with my belief system. This resonates with the rest of my life, my plans, my schedule, or whatever these other factors are. Everything resonates, and this seems like a very good idea. But Mercury is that trickster energy. So anytime you have one impulse, the opposite impulse is going to come right behind it or in tandem with it. So the other side of this coin is we don't really know this person, right? This is someone that you have known. I don't think very well, but it's someone that you knew in your personal life, an old coworker, a friend, a school buddy, something. But you don't really know them. And going into some kind of a partnership with them, joining forces in a business opportunity or something like this, you're going to get to know them really, really well. Okay? You are going to have insight into their true character, almost as if you're married to them, right? You're going to find out what their value system really is. You're going to find out if they really have this Three of Wands that you have, or if there is too much conflict or friction there. You're really going to learn things about this person that you probably would wish that you didn't learn. But does that mean that this is a bad opportunity or a bad business deal? I don't know. Because the tarot's not going to tell you what to do. The tarot, these cards here, these cards aren't lying, I'll tell you that. They're trying to give you an idea of some of the energies, some of the feelings, some of the thoughts, some of the vibes, some of the issues that are going to come up for you, I think, in the next 7 days. If this isn't already taking place. Okay. So I think as we learn about this person, and maybe it is through this, you have to kind of enter into this partnership before you really start learning about this person, right? I mean, we can't really do it the other way around. It's by getting involved with somebody on this level that you're really going to learn a lot. Not just about whatever the side hustle is, which, I have no idea, but about your own nature, about human nature. And I think you're going to learn more and more about this Three of Wands, about what your boundaries are, what things are just absolute no-nos for you, right? What type of people are out there and who you're willing to get involved with. Now, this person could be completely legit, completely on the level, could be a very stand-up person. Okay. What Mercury here is saying is that you're not going to know until it's almost like when you first start living with someone and then you find out what all their bad habits are. I think the same thing when you go into business with somebody. You start learning what their bad habits are. Right? And the joke that Mercury here is playing is that you can't learn that until you do it, but that information is what would ultimately help you decide if you're going to do it. So it's this paradox. And that really gives Mercury here quite the chuckle. But looking at the rest of the path of the Serpent, it seems like it's going to pay off, right? And I'm going to skip right over to the end here with this 10 of Pentacles. Now, this tells me that this opportunity is going to bring you some financial rewards. But what do I always say about the 10 of Pentacles? About any of the discs, really. It's not just physical manifestation, right? This isn't just an earth energy. The earth contains the spirit. It contains the emotions, the intellect. It contains all of the other cards, right? So this is the 10 of Pentacles. It's also the 10 of Cups. It's also the 10 of Swords. Probably the 10 of Wands, too. So this is indicating to me that through this association with this, water sign person and this side hustle, you're going to get the physical results that you're looking for. You're also, I feel like, going to really have some of your beliefs or expectations or what you thought you knew about this person or about human nature. I think a lot of that's going to break down. I think your worldview is going to change a little bit because that 10 of Swords that's in here. The 10 of Cups, I think you are going to be pretty much tired of this person by the end of it, right? They're really going to, I think, wear you very thin. They're really going to exhaust you emotionally with their energy, right? With just their vibe, their persona. It is this water energy, after all, with this Knight of Cups. And then also we have, contained in this 10 of Discs, the 10 of Wands. And that, I think, is you're going to find this is going to be a lot more work than you originally assumed. It could be that the balance of responsibilities is heavily skewed onto you. It could be that you have the majority of the work to do here. Okay? And there's going to be a lot of weight on you with that 10, with that 10 of Wands. But I feel like, because each card has its kind of positive and negative qualities, right? With all of the 10s here, that's complete fulfillment, right? That's as far down the hierarchy as we can get with the energy. The 10 of Discs, financial fulfillment. The 10 of Swords, intellectual fulfillment. It's going to be just challenging and stimulating enough to you, mentally to keep you interested. The 10 of Cups, it's going to really satisfy a lot of this, some of this water energy that we were talking about something that you feel so connected to that you're willing to sacrifice your time, your energy to make it successful. So it's going to have that connection for you. And with the 10 of Wands, it's going to feel like something that you can completely express your creativity. See, so there's positive and negative here. And that, again, is some of this Mercury energy that wants to create this reality for you, but the reality is in some ways the exact opposite of what it looks like, right? And that's the Mercury going between the opposites in such a way that we can't really tell which one is true. Obviously it's a blending of both, right? There are positive and negative aspects to this. And again, these tarot cards are not going to tell you what to do. They might be able to tell you what to expect. In your environment, though, we see this devil energy. Now, this is also a positive and negative, because this, I think, it's in the position of your environment. So I think it's related to this water sign person. I think you might find that they are quite obsessed over whatever this side hustle, this opportunity, this business thing is. They're very much obsessed with it. which can be good because that means that they are hyper-focused, that they are attentive, that they are ambitious, and they are putting in all of their energy, right? This is also an idea that you might come to realize through the course of this, that this is something that you could probably do by yourself, right? The goat here is quite a solitary animal, right? Likes to climb by itself. So there could come a point where you realize that this is something that you could take and you can kind of branch out and you can do this solo, okay? Now, I'm not advising that you screw anybody over or take advantage of someone or cut someone out, but think about how you might be able to convert this or incorporate this into your own kind of personal work. If it turns out that this partnership is more of a burden than a help, right? Because the goat can do it by themselves. They can. But you would have to have that same level of obsession, right? You would have to really assess and be discerning of these other energies to see if you could really attach yourself to this in that way, to have that kind of obsession, to have that real connection with this and that enthusiasm to, again, wake up every morning and do this. It feels like whatever this is it really needs a lot of attention to be successful. It's not like you just throw some money at it and then you just wait, right? It feels like it's going to be very hands-on. And the next card we see is the Five of Cups. I think whatever route you choose, you're going to be plagued by a lot of mixed emotions. A lot of mixed emotions. Now, the Five of Cups sometimes is talking about disappointment. Well, this is kind of a you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't kind of feeling. I think either way, you're going to be left a little bit disappointed. Or at least that's what you're kind of expecting. This is in the position of your fears and worries. So I think that you are considering, well, if I decline this opportunity, I'm going to feel like I missed out on something. If I commit to this, am I going to regret that decision? Am I going to be disappointed that now I'm kind of locked into this? Right? So there's going to be a lot of mixed emotions. There are going to be mixed feelings with this person that is that you're initially going to have to partner with. Okay? Until I think the day where you're able to branch out and do it solo. Okay? If that's true. So it's kind of one of those things where it's just like, if I do this, I'm going to have to put up with this water sign person. If I don't do this, I'm missing out. I'm going to regret it. I know that I'm leaving all of this 10 of discs. I'm leaving all this money on the table. Right? The literal money and the figurative money. The card that jumped out of the deck as I was shuffling was this Sun card. Okay, now the Sun card is, one, really sheds a light, right? It's the sun up above that's really putting a spotlight on all of this energy, right? Which I hope that we were able to do for you a little bit today, is put a spotlight on each of these cards so that you can have as much data as you can before you make your decision. This is a card that's saying whatever decision you make, you are going to be this luminous, spiritual being, successful, healthy, happy, and if that means that you're going into this fully informed and confident and aware, right? Aware. You're not going to be hoodwinked by anyone. You're not going to be taken advantage of. You're not going to be surprised by any of these kind of unexpected energies or personalities that come up, because you already had the spotlight on them. You already kind of know what to expect. And this, I think, is a real fulfillment. This is a real, I feel like through all of this energy, now kind of assuming that you're going to at least begin the process of going down this road. Right? I feel like you're going to continually be more and more pleased that you did. Right? I think as time goes on, you're going to see that you've made the right decision. You know? And now you could, if you decline this, I think maybe as time goes on, maybe you would realize then as well that you made the right decision. What this card's trying to say is that however this thing plays out, you're going to be okay. You're going to have your confidence intact. You're going to be whole. You're going to be radiant, and you're going to have your health. You're going to have your guiding principles intact. Right? You're not going to suffer any kind of loss from this. But the Sun card is also talks about wealth, talks about success and achievement. So I kind of feel like this is the card that jumped out of the deck, right? So I feel like before we even began, the tarot was like, oh, they're going to do it. It doesn't really matter what we say here because you're going to do it. But the tarot's not telling you what to do. I think this card was telling me what to expect. It's very interesting. But now we can go to the mystery card. Now the mystery card may be another Sun card. It may be some more earth energy. I would like to see a 6 of discs. I think that would be pretty fantastic. Or an ace of discs, showing that what this princess is bringing to the table is going to manifest. Let's find out. Ooh, a Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, that's some good earth energy. And we're taking some of this fire, right? Because the Knight's fire of the suit that they're in. So the Knight of Pentacles, the fire of the earth. So we're taking this fiery energy now that we've tempered with this water, and now we're manifesting this earth. See, on the path of the dove, we had the water mixing with the fire, crystallizing into this earth. This is you in the process of crystallizing this earth energy, doing the work to manifest this opportunity. So if there's any confirmation here, I think that this is pretty spot on. And what this Knight is creating is this 10 of Pentacles at the end. Through the combination of the fire and the water, right, balancing each other, tempering each other, consolidating, crystallizing, right, manifesting into this earth energy. And this is you doing that activity. So I think this is a good confirmation. Leave me some comments. Let me know. Let me know if you felt this at the beginning, where when this card kind of jumped out, during that time, if you were thinking to yourself, I'm going to take advantage, whatever this is, I'm down, right? I'm curious if that was something that you felt as well. What we're going to do is do the extended reading. If you want to stick around, you can click on the link that's right here. And you can have access to all of the extended readings. This was your weekly reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. And again, Scorpio, thank you so much for letting me read for you.